What's up guys, how are you doing today? I have a new book review for you and that's all about Paper Towns of John Green. I have read this book before the movie was released. 24th of July 2015 was the movie released. After reading this book and I have known that this have a sequel in the type of movie, I'm so excited in seeing the movie because I'm so amazed in the storyline, the type of narration that John Green has used to cite events to describe the characters and their perspectives and their manners and their characters. I am amazed that after reading this book, I have known that this cover was just have a meaning, a contribution to the main story of the book. I like the story. The story started with the story of Quentin Jacobson, also known as Q, and his friend of Margot Roth Spiegelman, which they grew up together. They were playmates during their 9 years old. They saw a dead body of. They started as playmates when they are 9 years old. Margot Roth Spiegelman and Quentin Jacobson. When they are in junior high school, they became separated. Even when they are neighbors, even though they are neighbors, they became separated and living apart. And then one day, Margot Roth Spiegelman climbs onto the window of Quentin's bedroom, got inside, and persuades Quentin to go with her, take a vengeance or revenge to his ex-boyfriend that she caught cheating, and her best friends and her other best friends that she caught cheating. She have this 11 missions to be accomplished. At that night, they became friends again, and Quentin was so happy to be with her, to be friends with her, to communicate and to be intact with her again, and to make them go together. And then that night, they became close again as they were before when they are children. After that night, Margot Roth Spiegelman didn't show up in school about weeks, and her parents is worried about her. So as her father saw her climbs onto the window of Quentin's room, Quentin saw a poster in Margot's window. Quentin thinks that she left clues for him to follow. Quentin asked help for his friends Radar and Ben to follow and find clues. He finds different clues in Margot's room that he thinks that Margot is left for him to follow. So when they have found the one clue that points out a municipality that has only one population that is registered in New York, somewhere in New York, Quentin and his friends followed and go to the New York, and they found out Margot Roth Spiegelman is living within a bunker or an old house. And when Quentin and Margot Roth Spiegelman saw each other, they have talked and told that they love each other. Quentin blamed Margot about wasting his time for finding clues and following her. When Margot asked Quentin to go with her, to live with her in New York, Quentin did answer one thing: I have a life to go back in Orlando. So they both separated and they told each other their promises and secrets to keep connections within each other. Basically, when first time reading this book, when I read it has a prologue in this book. When I read the prologue and the introductions in the part 1, the strings, I am so excited to read every chapter and after the end of this because it was so adventurous. It's adventurous that Margot Roth Spiegelman with Quentin. It has full of adventures and suspension. I also like the techniques that was used by the author. He uses the perspective of Quentin to tell events which would help readers to imagine and to image or picture the events and scenes in their minds so that they will better understand. So the descriptions of the author about every single event, for example, when the dead body was saw, he stated about the blood that was going out in the mouth of the corpse. Readers imagine that because it was like someone is talking to you or telling a story to you that about that person or event that could happen in that man. So I prefer you to read this book, and it was so great. It was one of a kind that you would never forget after you read. You would never forget events because it could happen in real life situations, and yeah, it was great. I could rate this 10 out of 10. So then after I have read this for the first time, the movie was released, and there were some things that were missing missing in the movie that you will read, that you could have find or read from the book or the novel. There are series of events that are not shown in the movie but are shown in the novel. I could tell 3/4 of its part tackling about Q, following clues and finding clues to follow Margot Roth's Spiegelman in Paper Towns. To be honest with you guys, I'm disappointed about the ending of this book. I really thought that Margot and Quentin or end up together, living together. And I definitely love this book. This was only about my perspectives and opinions about the book. I could dive deep into my conclusion, but I will not give you my conclusion because we have different level of understandings and perspectives about it. So I suggest you complete to read this book.